Hey, how you doing? Anthony Ferro here of Create Sci-Fi. Today I want to talk to you about self-promoting your series or your film, short film or feature film. And this is going to be a very meta video today. It is no surprise that I'm sharing this video today, and today is the day I am launching my Galactic Galaxy web series, Season 1, Episode 1. And I've been working on that series for almost 4 years now, and that's a big part of the point that I want to make to you today. So when you're self-promoting your series or your film, the most important thing is documenting the progress. So what'll happen is you'll finish your series or your film and you'll want to share it with the world, right? And you'll go to share it and you'll post, you'll find a site that covers things that are similar to your show or have covered shows that are similar to yours or films that are similar to yours. And there's so much noise, there's so much information on social media that you're going to come out of the blue and you're going to post your thing and it's just going to get lost. So what you want to do is, as soon as you decide that you're going to start making a series or a film, is you want to start documenting that process, and you want to create a home for it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or at least one of those, and some sort of super basic website, right? Sounds like a lot, but the reason you do this before you release your film is that when you're doing a DIY series or film, it's going to be a very long process. So where there's no pressure on you to get the word out there, you can just start slowly in the beginning, tweeting and sharing images on Instagram and your Facebook. Hey, had a writer's meeting today. Picture, a little caption, put that out there. Maybe a week later, wow, watch this film today, reminded me of what I'm trying to do. And you're just slowly introducing yourself to these communities. You want to find Facebook groups that have similar interests to you, or people that are trying to do the same thing as you. And again, this video is very meta. I think a lot of you that I'm talking to have found me in this way. And that brings me to my next point. So now when you see this post, you're like, oh, that guy, right? Oh yeah, his thing. As opposed to you're looking at your streams or your Twitter feeds, and then all of a sudden you just see something that's unfamiliar. There's too much information. You're gonna pass it by, right? So what I did with Galactic Galaxy, because it was so many years ago, is I started a page for it, and then I started talking about the process on Twitter, on Facebook. And over the course of a couple of years, I probably have about 4,000 or 5,000 followers on Twitter, probably 3,000 or 4,000 on Facebook. I've been posting to these feeds regularly. So now, again, broken record. So when I come out with Galactic Galaxy today, it's, oh, okay, I've heard about this, or I remember this. Same thing with Facebook groups, which I feel like I'm probably talking to a few of you here. I post on there almost weekly, and I engage with other people's content, so that when all of a sudden I show up and say, oh, hey, I have a series out today, people recognize me, or maybe they don't know who I am, but it's not jarring. It's like, oh, this sounds familiar, and they'll check it out. Or, a moderator will not delete it right away, because, that's not fair to the community. People just dive bomb in. Check this out. It's not about that. To sum it up, it's a long game. So as soon as you're thinking about your series or your film, create an account and just slowly start seeding things. And you don't have the pressure in the beginning when your show or film is not out yet. You can slowly build that. I think for Twitter to get like 4,000 or 5,000, it took me almost 8 months. By the time you release your project, there's somebody to release it to, instead of just coming out of nowhere and saying, hey, check this out. Initially Facebook, fan page, event page. Now things shifted and you're better off taking your personal page and just adding headers and photos that apply to your project that you're working on, right? That's a shift. Instagram, you got to put a bunch of hashtags for people to find it. Twitter, only put 2 hashtags, otherwise it mucks it up. So there's all these little things that you'll learn as you go, and if you're passionate about sharing your project, you'll figure it out. That's the only way any of this works, is you have to be passionate about sharing your project. Again, the meta, on top of the meta, I'm releasing Galactic Galaxy today. So, you know, check that out. If you're watching this in the future, there'll still be a link to the show. I'm very excited to share that show with you. And as always, I hope you found this video useful. Please like, share, subscribe to Galactic Galaxy. Leave a comment. I love to read the comments. And remember, I'm just here to help make sci-fi.